So how do you build a granny flat without council approval? My name is Colin Frager from Council Approval Group. Now, this is a really important question, actually one that you don't want to get wrong. If your end game is to end up demolishing the granny flat at the end of the day, then perhaps you can go ahead and build it without approval. However, I know that this happens around Australia a lot. And the reason I know that people do these garage conversions into a granny flat, they build these structures in the backyard that the good, well-meaning individual has done on bad advice, usually from the builder, usually from the provider. There's just a lot of dodgy providers out there in Australia that are advertising these prefabricated granny flats which don't need council approval. The answer, my friend, is that you do need council approval. I just want to go into detail though and qualify that. So there is limited circumstances when technically council approval isn't needed. However, an approval is still needed to occur. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the private certification process. So in certain jurisdictions, you can shortcut the council approval process by not going to council for the approval. However, this does occur only in limited jurisdictions, in limited zones, in limited cases, and you've got to be 100% compliant, otherwise you won't get it across the line. What we usually find though is that for a little bit of extra effort, maybe an extra 2 weeks in the process of preparation, getting a council approval is actually more valuable for the individual than getting the certifier to do it. Often the certifier, it's one, hard to find a good private certifier. Two, even if you can find the good private certifier, there's almost just as much work, if not more work, to get the approval in place than going through council. Now, that of course depends on the jurisdiction. Some people will tell you, oh, but they advertise that you can get a certifier to do it in a quicker approval process. Keep in mind you can use council as the certifier. And my experience has been, having done thousands of these for clients and also many for myself as well, is that it may be better for us to do it as a council approval. Regardless, I hope that I've helped to answer the question, can you get granny flat approval without having to go to council? So if you would like us to answer that question in more depth, I recommend two things. First of all, The Ultimate Guide to Achieving Council Approval. This is a magazine which we've put together, which we can mail out to you. Has a lot of tips and tricks in here about whether you need approval to get a granny flat. The second thing that I would highly recommend to you is please give us a call or book in for an appointment to speak to one of our consultants. We offer you an opportunity to speak to us for 30 minutes. We go through, we unpack what you're trying to achieve, and then give you a clear roadmap going forward. My name is Colin Frager from Council Approval Group, and I wish you every success.